Test, test. Okay, we're back. We're going to be doing the audio portion of the edits today, which includes mostly sound, probably exclusively sound is what we're going to be doing. I did go through and I rearranged the clips a little bit, so actually let me start with that. What I've done is I've made it so that with each beat of the music, so that's how it is. The first beat will have one clip, the second beat will have a second clip, and the third and fourth beat will be combined looking at one clip. I also went and changed this a little bit to satisfy that need, and we'll take a look at everything all together in just a second, but I put all of that together. I extended this clip a little bit to meet that, because this is beat 3 and 4 right here, which means I had to change this a little bit. I rearranged before, we had this one first and then this, but I switched them around since this one's the longer clip and I can't extend this too easily. And then I went and I changed, this one was originally episode 53 and I showed Goku talking to Frieza saying, Frieza was like, "Oh please, you can't just leave me here," and Goku said, "How many people begged you for the same? Please, you can't." And so Goku shares his energy. I changed that out with this instead, and I changed the dialogue too. So originally he was like, "Oh yeah, he killed a lot of Piccolo's people, but when he asked for help, I gave it," which didn't exactly fit with the message I was trying to send with this one. And what I ended up doing instead then is I went and added this line, and then I added this line. And I changed, this is from episode 52 of Kai. And everything, except for this, so this is where it kind of, we mess around a little bit. It's a little different from what I said it was going to be. So this one is just 4 different clips. Each beat has its own clip. And then we go beats 1 and 2 together, beats 3 and 4 together. Over here, I went and originally we had just Gohan staring, and for the entire 4 beats, I decided to change that around. I went and I got from episode 133 of Kai. Interestingly enough, every source I could find online was saying that Goku turned Super Saiyan 3 for the first time in episode 126 of Kai, but on mine it was episode 133, so I don't know, maybe my Kai is off for whatever reason. Maybe they're not including filler. Although I don't think Kai has filler, does it? That's strange. Anyway, went through and added this, and we go back to the normal formula: 1, 2, 3, 4 together. And then finally, this is also, it ruins the order we had going, but I went back to episode 90 and got this, so I could put them together. Instead of having Goku, before we had the clip where Goku was happily looking off to the side and talking, I went and I got this one instead. And then the rest of it's the same. I was going to do an after credits bonus meme, and I might still do that. But for now, this is what the credits will look like. I don't like that. It looks like it's moving over to the side. But I've double checked, I've triple checked, I did all that I could to make sure it was in the center, and you see, it's not going anywhere. But let me copy and paste this just to make sure. Yeah. And then I put here Goku's colors, orange and blue, and it just switches between them. I just realized I forgot I meant to do this before I started streaming, because I just got this done. So, where does episode 17 show up? I think that's when we're talking about Vegeta. And so I'll go through, of course, and I'll show everything in just a second, but for now, let me quickly get this done. Why am I? How embarrassing. Oh, and we can take off the effect for this. I think what I'll be doing is, for these, I'll take off the effects and just let them play like they normally do. So we'll go scale this down. Also this and this. They need to be further apart. This can be, this is gonna have to be smaller. And probably I can move this up a little bit, which means then I can move these up. I could also move them over, now that I think about it. I could have it where this is over here, and its clip will be playing over here. But I think that might confuse people. So instead, like which one this one belongs to. Okay, I suppose there is a lot going on the screen in this. What is this? From 46 to about 4.5 seconds, or 3.5 seconds of screen time. But it's credits. Most people are probably going to click away from the video at that point. I should go look at my retention rate for these memes. Wonder what it would be. Oops. Actually, we can probably just copy your transformation change. Thank you. Yeah, I guess I will move it like this. And then we'll take this, move it over. I could do top down. I could have it be like this. I think this is better. I think this makes more sense. Let me see. You're going to need to be on the same Y level. Is this the Y? Oop. Yep. So we're just gonna copy that because I don't feel like copying or typing all of that. There you are. And same to your sibling. I could have just copied your position change, but that's fine. And let's actually increase you, since you're allowed to be the entirety of this half of the screen. We'll do the same for you. Same courtesy. And in fact, we'll even put you in the same position, and that way we can move it over and have it on the same scale, the same height. Oh, I thought it showed Frieza first. I guess not. Oh, we'll have it switch over to... We'll have this switch over when the beat switches. So it should be right there. Lovely. Well, I should do the same for this one then. As best I can. Oh, but the issue is, yeah, I had to extend this because Krillin holding the sword didn't last for very... You'll see once we get there. Unless I want to extend this and instead show it when Krillin's talking to Goku, and then it switches over to Goku. Where does Goku start talking at? There we go. Move. Oh, here. Okay. So we'll take this and move it there. And then, nice. So then it'll switch over. Am I actually really good at this? Okay. We have a lot of episodes to choose from here, so how about instead we take the one where Tien gets punched? Oh, we could, but then it would show that it was actually Gohan who punched him. Oh, I forgot to mention... Okay, hold on. You need to move up, buddy boy, and over. In fact, your position needs to emulate this guy's. Same over there. Okay. I forgot to... Oh, no. It actually needs to copy this one's. We'll just fix that really quickly. It doesn't seem to be working, but that's okay. Did I already? Okay, yeah. So I'll need to move you over then. I forgot to include episode 133 in this. And there we go. A little bit early, aren't you? Yeah. You're just a little too eager, buddy. Kai. We'll have you be orange at this point. In fact, I'll just copy that. There you are. And it was episode 1. Episode 133. Oops. I didn't see it because it's all the way up here in the ones. Oops, I didn't want to duplicate that. I wanted to duplicate this. This one, white. This one, blue. Okay, so we'll need to go get Goku transforming, which shouldn't be too far away. There it is. And we'll extend it. Remove the effects. Okay. This lasts a lot longer than I was expecting. smaller. Oh yeah, so what I noticed is that with Kai, the final chapters, the Boo arc, is the same ratio, is the, I guess, 16:9 ratio, as opposed to the earlier part of Kai, which is 4:3. I think those are the right numbers. I'm not going to pretend I know a lot about the ratio or the technology or things like that. But I think that's how that goes. This one was the widescreen, and the earlier parts were not. The first like 100 episodes are not. So let's just grab, what clip do we want to grab from here? Maybe Piccolo in the Rain? Maybe Krillin versus... how about, yeah, Goku talking to everyone when they all turn around. Here's a good one. And then we'll review all together what we have. Let's see, where does she shut up? Oh, it was right there. Let's take that. There we are. And then we'll just need to make you smaller because you didn't have any effect. Yeah. This one's gigantic, and it's not going to be on the same level unless I move this down a little and move this down a little. Oh, can't forget to also move your brother. Whatever. It doesn't need to be exact. Okay, so that should be it for the credits. I'm just going to move this to the center. Maybe make it a little larger too. And centralize it. And then you go to the center, and you go to the center. Okay, so let's take a look all together now, what we have. And then we'll think about if we're going to do a bonus meme at the end. You know what? Let's also... No. Let's just look at what we have. And then we'll add the sound and the voices. Oops. Did we run out of room? Oh no, it reset. Okay, so that's what we have thus far. I think we will add a bonus meme at the end. Some things I wanted to point out and do. First off, I think we're going to rearrange this one after all. So we're going to take these two and switch them out for the clip of 17 looking at Goku angrily. Let's see. Okay, that's actually going to need to appear sooner. Okay, so not only will it need to appear sooner, it's going to have to last longer because Goku stops talking there. Unless this extends. Nope. So let's see. Another thing we could do, this is the Cell is the only one who I don't have a flashback for, so we could go and get a flashback for Cell. We could get a flashback for Cell. And switch it out for these. I think that's what we'll do. So we'll need to add that to the credits. We'll get there in a second though. Let's see, what episode does Goku first fight Cell? Oh, and I'm gonna have to open up Handbrake so I can... Let's see. I see a Cell Jr. in 94. I see... Oh, here we go. Maybe either episode 88 or 89. Let's check 88 really quickly. Where does he give up?
Can Goku outmaneuver him? Find out.
So that was 88, and they were still in the midst of fighting. That was 89, and they're still fighting. Okay, here we go. Gohan's fighting. So... let's jump to where Goku throws him a sensu bean. Oh, I think that was it.
Gesture. Sure. It's the time to make a Cell's used up. Yeah. Thanks. Hey, Cell. Hey.
Let's go. Oops, I don't want to save that. Let's go. So this is episode 90. We're going to take out the subtitles, add the Japanese audio instead. We're going to 1635. And then go 1644. Okay, let's add this to After Effects. Oops, you're not supposed to be in there. You're supposed to be in here. Here we go. So yeah, instead of having this dark shadow and all this, we're going to first mute it so we don't get taken down by Twitch. Thank you very much. And then see, this is what I mean, is that this doesn't fully fill. If I were to get rid of these, I'm just going to blind them for now in case we change our mind. This doesn't fully fit the screen as opposed to this one, which does. And it's not like I zoomed in any extra. It's just interesting. So let's see. There doesn't seem to be any way. Well, how can I extend this? Because so far we've had as much flashback as we've had present time. And I would like to keep the trend as much as possible, except this one I do it the other way around. Oh, what if instead I made it where we show him healing up so, and then we had 17's face. Okay, so let's extend this. Let's see if we extend the time. Let's go layer, time stretch. 150 wasn't enough. Let's try 175. Okay. I have a feeling this is gonna look really... It's not awful. Let's mute this really quickly just so that we already know it's gonna match perfectly. I don't want to get sick of hearing the song. Okay, so here's what we'll do. He threw it, Krillin's what? And so we're going to extend this just a little bit so that this gets extended just a little bit. Tell you what, instead of time stretching it, because that's not looking all that good, we'll have him throw it. We'll have Krillin's befuddled expression. Let's freeze this frame. And here, he'll blink. There's no way I just saw that. We'll cut. Ooh, this is getting messy. How does that look so far? Oh, we can actually extend this by a few frames because it goes by pretty quickly. Let's go 2 more frames. That's good. I like that. Okay, and then this is fine. So let's go ahead. I'm satisfied with this so far. Let's move these around. Oh, one thing I didn't mention is that here I actually didn't have enough frames, so it just cuts to black for 2 frames, but it goes by so quickly that you just think, oh, it's Goku getting up and you're only seeing hair. Just wanted to point that out. I think instead we'll take that one and we'll put it... Come here. We'll switch them out. We'll have Angry 17 after we talk about how Goku just healed up Cell. I think that'll be funnier. I think more people will talk about it. So there. So let's go ahead and bring the music back in for just a second. Oop, that doesn't line up. Oh, and that means that I don't have to stretch this so much. That's good. And I am a genius. That means that this can be E. Don't suppose we can get just a few more? Nope. Okay. We're going to ever so slightly time stretch this so that it fits. Probably won't be noticeable, except I'll need to extend the text. Okay. That should be better. Let's take a look now. Oop. We're gonna have to, there we go. So it's not showing in the background. This can actually be a little bit earlier though. There we go. And then I like this one. I like it because I'd rather do the flashback first, just because if you didn't notice before, Gohan here, when he does put his head down, he does it to the beat. And that was intentional. And I like it. So we're going to leave that as is. And then I think this one, we'll need to go and get the grain and the desaturation, pardon me, for the flashback. There you go. Don't you look splendid? Neat. So, it's time now that we're finally done with the video editing, even though we should have been done with the video editing yesterday, it's time now to go through and start adding the sound effects. The easier and possibly the more fun part of doing this. So we're just going to start out by having the default sound effects in here, see how well they do. That's good, no music. Okay. That's fine. If they want to make my job easier, I don't have to go and get any voice. Oh, I was going to cut out this part just because I figured it'd be difficult to find a baby sound, a clear baby sound, but turns out she obliged quite nicely. Oops. And so I decided to keep it. I feel like this blue is different than the blue I normally use for Gohan. But I fear I might be getting into Vegeta territory. Although Vegeta's more... Oof, pardon me. I think this is fine. Vegeta's not talking anyway, so it's not going to be that big of an issue. Okay. Good. This is working out. Wow. What's happening? Do I need to go play the lottery? This is lining up so much easier than it usually does. Although I'll need to move this a little bit. I'm glad we even got the beavers. Huh? Hmm? Okay, we're gonna move this a little because he starts talking a little late. Oops, you don't need to be seen, buddy. This is so easy. What's happening? Have I used up all my luck? Because if so, this isn't even the better of the two episodes. Oh, I should probably put that this is part 1. Yeah, because people might think. I think this is just going to be a 2-parter. But I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to commit. There we go. We'll just keep it like that. Which means there we go. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. But yeah, this isn't even the better of the 2. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have this be 2 episodes. 2 parts. If I'm going to have all this much luck, I'm going to need it actually later when we have Jiren.
力の大会は一瞬の隙間を見せられないので唯一
Oh, is that music I hear?
唯一の弱点ね
Absolutely not. Abhorrent. Disgusting. I can't believe you. You were doing so well and now you had to add music.
あれ無天老師様が
Nope. Muten Roshi, that's...
ついてこいよ
Nope.
宇宙消滅の危機のこと宇宙
He gets cut off a little bit. Let's hit the blue.
さん宇宙消滅の悟空さん宇宙さん宇宙宇宙消
Okay, I was wrong. I need to cut him off more.
宇宙消滅の危機のことまだ皆さんにお話
Oh, this can be mute, thank you. Well, we'll mute it for now. We're gonna need to check it in just a second.
宇宙消滅の危機のことまだ皆さんにお話しして
You talk for a while.
宇宙消滅の危機のことまだ皆さんにお話ししてないみたいです
You talk for a while, we shut up.
宇宙消滅の危機のことまだ皆さんにお話ししてないみたいですね
There we go. Jeez, Whis. Okay, so we have that there, and it fits quite nicely. Let's see, do I need to extend this a little more?
ないみたいですね
Nah. And then we'll go... Oops. Might need to slow down a little bit.
みたいですね
Ooh. We even get Tianjin Han sound effect.
ね
クリリンさん実は
Nope, that's not what you're saying, Gohan. So we're just gonna cut out that, thank you.
えですね
It even has the step sound effect. Noise. Let's keep going. No sound.
いやーめっちまったよどう
Nice.
どうやつ
Oh, we could even get some more. Oh, this is gonna be tricky. Hold on. Just a second. Okay, so yes, thank you. I mistakenly opened up a few programs I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to open up modded Minecraft, thank you. So this one, we have good sound effect. Let's close that. We have good sound effects. Blue. Oh, actually it's only sound effects, so we'll...
いやーめっちまったよ
Thing is, he continues to talk, and we can use that elsewhere. So we're going to extend this. And in fact, let's make it the only one for a second.
いやー、めっちまったよ。どうしても起きねえんだ、ブーのやつ。あ、
Let's take that away.
あったよ。
There we go. And then for this, let's see if we can just put this here. We could have gotten him going, hey everyone, sorry I'm late, in a more excited tone. But I mean, if we can do less work,
どうしても起きねえんだ、ブーのやつ。
if we can do less work, why wouldn't we? Am I right?
どうしても起きねえんだ、ブーのやつ。 どうしても起きねえんだ、ブーのやつ。いやー、めっちまったよ。
Oh, well,
いやー、めっちまったよ。
I was gonna say we could switch these around. Since this one he's a little more excited than this one, we could switch it around. The issue is that this one already syncs up so well. And I just want to be so lazy. So we're going to leave it as is. Let's see.
どうしても起きねえんだ、ブーのやつ。
Am I cutting him off a little?
どうしても起き
Yeah, I am.
どうしても起きねえんだ、ブーのやつ。いやー、めっちまったよ。
Neat. So we can go ahead and put this back now. And let's hear that with the other sound effects.
どうしても起きねえんだ、ブー。
This one's loud.
どうしても起きねえんだ、ブーのやつ。いやー、めっちまったよ。やつ。
Oops.
え、何を？悟空。なんだよ、これ。
Okay, so first off we have music, which is a cardinal sin. Secondly, they're not saying what I need them to be saying. So we can always go through
お前、お前、
music. What's this? This is a still frame, I think.
そんな。金ならお。
Music.
クリリンと18号は出れん。
Nope. This is also a still frame.
この目。
Music.
頼む、クリリン。
Hmm.
頼む、クリリン。
Nope, music.
やめろ。金で包むな
Nope,
んて。
music. Good try though, good try.
俺が一番怒ってるのは試合に負けたらこの宇宙がなくなっちまうことを隠してた。
Okay, so we were good up until the music kicked in. See, this is more along the lines of how it normally goes. I'm not used to that earlier bit with the good luck. That oof.
俺が
Oh, can we get some Goku being sad?
すまん。
俺が
Oh, he's saying sorry. So it's actually
俺が一番怒ってるのは試合に負けたらこの宇宙がなくなっちまうことを隠してたこと。
and no thanks.
だから出場しない。
Music, no thanks.
あいつを10人目にしよう。
Ooh.
10人目に。
So we're not going to use that, but good, good. Good sound effects. Although I suppose those are more voices than sound effects. It's a little loud though, so we're going to lightly suppress it. And then this one will need to be extended. No, no, no. Lightly suppressed. Suppressed. Okay. Oh. You had two going on. Okay. There we go. I want that bell ring to last. Nope. We don't need you talking, big boy. Thank you, though. No, 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 no. You can stop that. Where do you talk? Yeah, we just need that bell ring. I appreciate the input. These are still frames. That has sound. That has music. These have music. And then this is all custom doing, thanks to yours truly. And of course, the instant transmission effect that I added. We'll go through and we'll add sound for that. And for this bit. Nope. That's not the sound I need there. Nope. Ooh, okay. So obviously that one works because it worked before. So we'll go ahead. Is there a way to make it sound like echoey? Is there a way to make it more obvious it's a memory? Probably not. There we go. So let's try hearing that correctly. Now I'm debating, do I need Tien Shinhan actually saying this part, or should I try and leave it so that the viewers can just assume or figure out on their own? Is it obvious enough? He could say, one of my pupils here. And then I see. I think I'll do that. I'm going to assume that the people who will be watching will be able to piece it together. See, but this would go together better if I had gone and got the expression where we actually had Tien looking. It would have been better if I had put in more effort, but not feeling like it, so... This can be actually over here. I guess not. And then that's where the music would kick in, but... Music. Music. Music.
正気かよ僕。あ、そうだ。大きな声出せねえから。
You see, it's echoey. It's echoey. That's what I was looking for. I'll consider going to go find out. Music. 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 Oops. Oh no, that is what I meant to do. I had already pre-screened this, I knew, although it's a little loud. Also, pink, because it doesn't have any voice. I already looked through this. This entire, or most of this clip that I got, it was like 4 minutes. Yeah, it goes off the screen. Most of it was actually nice and silent. In that it didn't have any music, it just had sound effects and voices, which is always what I'm looking for. I think this needs to be a little quieter too. Ooh. Although I don't know how much sound effect I'm going to be using in the flashbacks. Do flashbacks normally have sound? I feel like they do. We're gonna hit you with a -7. We're gonna be a little generous on our sound suppression. That one's a little loud for my liking. Let's be a little more generous. In fact, the flashbacks need to have quieter sound than normal, but we'll figure that out once we have all the sound effects in there. Music. Music. Let's see if we can get a longer bit of Goku talking. Also, I remember 17 was pissed, but why? What was he pissed off about in this episode? What episode is this? 86? Because I keep looking at this and I remember Goku was all happy and 17 was getting all pissy about it. Let's see. Everyone's fate is on the line. Oh, I think Goku let it slip that they were fighting for the universe. "17, so you're hiding something after all. Goku, could you tell?" "Of course. If it was just a tournament, you wouldn't be here recruiting me." Yeah, okay, so 17 just wants the truth. That's what he's upset about. Okay, that's fine. Just curious. So I guess we can go ahead and look at it while we'll go ahead and start off with the -7. Bloop. Nope. Also, it was too quiet, but no. I think we'll get our own sound effects, thank you. Let's take a look at this for a second. We'll have that sound effect in just a moment. Okay, this is a good sound effect. Dabu-dee-dabu-die. And then we need to see... Oh. Can also take the effects out. No point in having rendering effects that aren't going to be seen. And then all of you can go mute. -4. Okay, so the issue is that I don't have Krillin react until much later. So we'll get our own sound effect. Nothing wrong with a little. This probably won't even be heard over the music anyway, but we're gonna keep it. Music. Music. Music.
余裕だぜ。
Music. And that's Krillin that's talking.
やるなおめえらすんげえ
Oh, and the issue is, we're not even gonna have Goku talking. We're gonna have Turles talking. So I would like Tien charging here, charging sound. Let's go ahead and make this the only. But it has music. So we can look maybe when we're getting the voices, or we can, let's take a brief look at Kai when he's fighting Nappa. Episode, let's try episode 10. Let's turn this to Japanese. Let's see. A lot of music here. Music. Music. Oh, goodbye, Chaozu. Music. I'm not finding. Ooh, that was good up until the music kicked in. Let's see. Mute, mute. I could probably mask the rest of that. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go. Because when else in Z? Oh, he's also featured when they're fighting Cell. Okay, let me quickly. This is episode 10. We're going 12, 26. To about 12:30. Let's see. Is Tien dead? So I could use that sound effect for when he actually gets punched. Oh, we're already near the end. So let's see. Nappa just hit Tien. Would it fit? I think it would fit pretty well. So let's go ahead and render out the first one. Oh, can't forget to make sure it's the Japanese audio. And then we'll go 1339. To 1344. And let's see, is Tien dead now? Music. Oh, here we go, I remember now. He gives his all. No, we can take this for audio too. This is a gold mine of Tien content. 1648. To 1653. Let's render that out really quickly. Music. There we go, Tien's dead. Okay, so. Did I already render this? Yes. Let's go ahead and add these to After Effects. Once we put them in the correct folder. Episode 10. So what was this first one? Oh, that was the charge. Okay. Oop. Whenever the music cuts in is when we need it to stop. So we need him charging ahead of time. And I realize he technically isn't running. Oh, it just now dawned on me that the music is still playing for a few frames. We just need the ha. I'm sure that'll be fine. Perfect? No. But fine. Okay. Let's get clip number 2. Episode 10-2. Clip number 2, please explain yourself. Oh, you're when he tells Nappa that he's pregnant. Let's make you the only one for a second. Because we don't need Nappa yelling, so we're going to cut right there. And the punch needs to be right there. And it would be superb if we could get Tien panting over where it actually matters. Ooh, that's way too early. There we go. No. We got a frame of it. Whoops. Okay, well, he doesn't have the expression of that, so we'll need to cut that out. Let's see how well that plays with the music. Well, first off, this one's gonna need to be quieter. This one's gonna need to be a lot quieter. Let's go -8. Okay. If need be, we'll go through and we'll change this audio. Because I kind of don't like that it cuts off in the middle of his scream. Let's go to episode 10, part 3. We might replace when he's fighting against Cell and he's yelling as Kikoho. Because that's the only other time I can think. Does he fight Boo, or is that only in the video game? Tien versus Boo. This is an AMV. Oh, it was in GT he was against Boo? This is also an AMV. When was this uploaded? 2017? This is some 2007 stuff. What episode do they fight? Okay, so this says that it's just before Goku and Vegeta fight Super Buu. So before we go through that, let's first fiddle with this as he's charging. Solo. No, solo. Oh, this was just dialogue. So here's what we'll do. We'll change the dialogue way over here. Instead of I see, maybe we'll have him be a little angrier. Blue. Probably make you a little quieter. How's that? But now I'm hesitating again because will people understand There we go. I think that's the best way to have it, because then for the uninitiated, teleport, suddenly everyone's separated. But how can this be? Goku can only teleport if he's locked onto people. Oh, but one of Tien's students. Flashback.
見ちまったよ。
敵は撃ってやるぞ。
That's fine. Okay, let's go see. What was I doing? Oh yeah. So we want to see if we can get a better charge sound. If we could get, because this one's fine. Although better would be nice. But I don't think he really fights Cell for all that long. So charge sound, a better punch sound if possible, or just him being in pain. Where am I going? Because I have a hard punch sound effect. Okay. So let's go, which episode? Let's start with episode 77.
Great.
Skip. Oh, hey, there's Tien.
Cell, I'm about to wipe that disgust.
Let's change to Japanese. There's Tien. Oh, here we go. Oh, it has music. That's Piccolo. That's Tien, but he has sound, so we're gonna skip. Oh, doesn't Tien fight the androids? Okay, well let's look at this really quickly. Let's look at where Tien is blasting Cell into the ground. I'm sure that won't get taken out of context. And then we'll... So I'm pretty sure it was when Cell was in his second form. Oh no! That was perfect Cell I just saw right there. Okay, so... It must not have been here. It must have been... Oh, he was in his first form. But when was that? That was after the fight between Piccolo and 17, wasn't it? Oh, this is Piccolo versus Cell, so that's a no. Episode 71.
We'll defeat them. Damn it! There's no way we'll get there.
Well, I see Tien here, but whether or not he actually talks is another matter. Oh, this is when the androids are still evil.
This thing, he won't say.
We'll still have to. Yeah. We're back in business.
Just switch.
倒しちまおうぜ。
そうですよ。神様と合体してすっごく強くなったピッコロさんがいるんですから。
セルはずる賢いやれられてできるぜ。ああ、今の俺たちならできる。
I don't know. I don't really like that one. The whole point is he's supposed to be asking a question. Here, where is it? Nope. Here. It's supposed to sound inquisitive. So we're gonna skip this for now. Let's see. Episode 72. Tien, if you would be so kind as to just fight. So, episode 73. Is this it? Nope. Episode 74. Has to be around here though. Was that Blast Cell killing?
No.
Oh, that was Light?
No.
That was Light Zone Grenade? Man, that was a lot more powerful than I remember. That's normally just like a normal attack, a normal skill in games. Oh, I saw Tian talking.
What a pu-
Man, that thing needs way more respect then. That's super powerful. Just switch to Japanese dialogue real quick. Tian, I just saw you. You want to pop up and speak? Wait.
一人で逃げてくれ17号とお前が両方とも吸収された
I've never heard Japanese Android 16.
いいやつだ人間も動物も
うん
戦うどうするつもりだあいつ戦うつもりなのか
There we go. That's much better. This is the nice, clean, crisp Tien that I was looking for. So let's go. Let's go to Handbrake. This is episode 75. Remove the subs, not that it matters. Japanese audio, thank you very much. And we'll go from 4, let's say 4:14.
どうするつもりだあいつ戦うつもりなのかゼルト
to 4:22. I've gone to the wrong place. Episode 75. Let's make you the one and only. Okay, well at least there's no music here, so we can use this. Or the music pauses for a bit.
戦うつもりなのかゼルト
No, you don't need any cell, thank you.
戦うつもりなのか
That's good. Oh, but there's no music here. You know what? Forget it. Forget it. We'll go and get freaking Tien lines. We already know how to get the nice, clean, crisp ones. Let's just go get Tien yelling. Oh, I could probably also do this in the game as well. Tien talks a lot this episode, huh? Tien, you gonna do your thing? Here we go.
No. ザコが一体何をしようというのだ
This has music though. Oh, he he doesn't even bother talking to Cell. He just goes at it. So I was like, oh, "What do you think you can do, little guppy?" And he just starts blasting. That's not how you be a main character. You're supposed to have a chat, a conversation. Explain what you're gonna do. Okay, let's quickly go to episode 76. Also, let's delete this. It's not worth my time. Let's go to episode 76 really quickly to see the aftermath of Tien blasting his life away. You know, seeing this, how Tien is sacrificing his life just to keep Cell at bay. And then knowing that Goku heals him up. This is some okay panting. Let's go episode 76. Tian finally stopped blasting Cell. He was out of energy from 5 minutes, let's say 5 minutes exactly, to 5:10. We'll just say 5:10. Make it nice and easy. Projects. Episode 76. Episode 76.
敵は撃ってやるぞ
I will keep that dialogue though, there's nothing wrong with that one. And then we'll skip ahead to here, because we need panting Tien. Even though this has... No, stop that. This has rock sound effect. The sound of rocks crumbling. We'll have the music. Let's test and see how it sounds with the music. Okay, so actually he only pants twice, so I can actually take the last 2 pants. Hey Goku, remember that time Tien was sacrificing his life to keep Cell at bay? Not even to, you know, kill him, but just to keep him at bay so that Android 18 can escape. Then you healed him up. Let Gohan have a swing at him. This is good. Oh, and we can actually use the from this one. Oh, no. Let's extend this, because I think I actually cut off some of him speaking. So we're gonna cut out no volume, thank you. Except for you, who should be blue. He's a little too happy there. Okay, so I think we have all of our sound effects. Well, we have all the ones that they were kind enough to provide to me. Oops. I didn't check this. Music. Okay. So we'll go through and add our own sound effects from whatever's left. This has sound, this has sound, this has sound. What's this? You already have your own voice. I might add the sound of someone stepping. So let's go DBZ moving. And where's the classic step? What's it called? Footstep classic. There we go. Although it's a smidge loud. I need to go through and make these all the same volume so I'm not having to adjust, because I'm having to adjust as soon as I add them. You see that? It's at -10 and it's still too loud. Let's go -20. What? Does that make sense there? How does the original do it? Oh, they use a much softer sound. and they use it like here. Do I have a softer footstep? I guess that one will work. Let's go asphalt 2. Please add. And we'll get rid of classic footstep. I'm sure I'll use it later, but right now isn't later, is it? There we go. Wonder if I should get this sound of Goku with his clothing. Here we go. It's actually a pretty good sound. I might need to isolate it. I think that's good.
れないので
Yeah, that's good. Good job, me. Oh, we'll need another step sound when he stops moving. Okay. Right here. It can afford to be a little louder. Come on. Don't be shy. There you go. Do you need to be louder too? Yeah, you kind of... Hey. I know I said that the classic footstep was a little loud, but you don't have to be so shy.
で
There we go. Oh, actually I should make this footstep 1 because they're too close together. It's obvious. I just use the exact same sound. Doesn't quite sound like a footstep, but I mean it's labeled asphalt 3, 4, and 5. They need to be heard with the other footsteps, so oh well. Do we have?
どうしても起きねえんだブーのやついやーめっちまったよ
We're gonna need sounds for these two walking. What sound do they use?
聞いたわ
It sounds like they use the classic. So now we can add classic footstep. Man, you're really loud. In fact, here's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm going to edit this right now in Audacity because there's no reason to keep you. Let's hit you with a negative 15, 14? 15, there we go. Easy moving. Classic footstep. I wonder if I can have it there as a WAV. That's much better. Because I'm constantly having to reduce the volume. There's no need. So let's go. Let's get the other asphalts. 1 and 2. If you would be so kind. We're gonna do this backwards. It doesn't show them bouncing with each step. So we'll do 18 with this, and then we'll say 1, 2, 3. We'll do this. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. She moved before then. Whatever. Oop, we can't have 2 followed by 2. These are basics. Similarly, we can't have 1 followed by 2. Okay. And then I'm wondering if I should pan the sound over to only play in the right headphone. This is too frequent. Okay, well, let's try this with Bulma. Let's do the second she's on screen. Actually, let's get Asphalts 3 and 4 into the mix, because I really don't want them to sound super similar. Why is this one so long? There we go. Ooh, 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 ooh. Krillin. Krillin. If you're gonna walk, let someone know, dude. Okay. Oh, only 2 steps. It's manageable. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now the issue is the entourage turning around. Oh, they only use like two footsteps. Or no, it was 3. I think it was 3 really fast. So let's go with 1 and 2. It was staggered a little like that. And then let's get... Where's Asphalt 3? Are you Asphalt 3? Yeah. Oh, I had it named as... Okay, okay, I see. There we go. We need Gohan walking in the background sound effect. Here he clearly puts his foot down. Oh, and then he just stops. So we'll get 3 for that, since 3 apparently is the designated for when people stop walking. This needs to be a more regular interval. That's 6 frames. Oh, he kind of hesitates. So what if we just made it like that? Although I feel like when his hair appears, it should be a different step. Pretty sure now we're back at where we started. Maybe I'll delay it a little. It just doesn't make sense. Okay, well that's fine. No use stressing about it too much. Oh, we need a clap sound effect. I don't think I have one. I don't feel like recording one, so we're just gonna download clap sound effect. What's this? I just need a single. I don't need clapping. No, just a single clap, please. Yes, solo clap sound effect. There. Good. Although, it probably would be faster for me to just record my own. Okay, everyone hold your breaths. I'm gonna record. Let me switch you guys over to Audacity. And of course I forgot to switch the mic. There we go. Okay, hold your breaths again. That might not be good. No, it's fine. And let's noise reduction, get noise profile, noise reduction, okay. Just to remove any background sound. Perfect. We're going to render this out to specifically the project file rather than keeping it as a storage. Just because I can't see myself needing this again, and if I do, it's really not that difficult for me to clap. I do, in fact, have 2 hands, which might be a little surprising, but I wonder how loud this is going to be. There we go. Perfect. And now I'm an anime character. That's how that works. Footstep. And And then we'll need footstep too. I wish I had the more. Maybe I should go look up Walknut's high heels sound effect. Would that fit the sound of Krillin walking right there? Let's just stick with this for now, I suppose. I just thought, what if I put like this squeaky sound every time he walks? The squeaky animal toy. Where? I don't really like that. We're just gonna go with one. What do you guys think? Should probably try and interact with the audience more. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, feel free to make suggestions if you think it might be better one way or another. Oops, you're supposed to end there. And there we go. Oh, do we need a step sound effect right there? No, we're going to. Wait for it. There we go. That's that quality that you can't find anywhere else, you know? No sound effect needed here. It's just going to be talk. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, so first off, let's get the teleport sound effect. Projects. Completely forgot about the ambiance. Oh, what a fool. Let's go with, I guess this is technically a move? Yeah. We'll use this one. We'll use teleport 2. Oops. Although teleport 2, you're going to have to be a little bit quieter. By which I mean about 7 decibels quieter. Okay, what I actually meant to say, it's a good thing you were paying attention, is 13. Okay, and then this is where we do how many of them are there? Let's see. If I can type this correctly. How many? 1, 2, 3. Oh, we don't show Vegeta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would work pretty well. Let's make this a little quieter still. Okay, so let's go back and add that ambiance that's been missing.
待たせたなご飯。
あ、プリリンさん。
待たせたなご飯。お前と一緒。
Let's have it slowly fade in. I don't know, unless we're gonna have it from the very beginning. Environment, nighttime 1. So we could have it playing from the start. Pink, how loud are you gonna be? 2. -10? Let's go -15.
待たせたなご飯。お前と一緒に来るって聞いてたんだけど。
力の大会は一瞬の隙間を見せられないので。
宇宙小
Maybe -18. I don't want it to grind on the senses. Is that text a little high? Move it down a little. This is still too loud. I thought I made it oh, that's why.
力の大会は
聞いてたんだけど。
力の大会は一瞬の隙間を見せられないので。
I like that sound effect. And all the steps.
宇宙消滅の危機のこと
They sound
ま
great.
だ皆さんにお話ししてないみたいですね。
どうしても起きねえんだブーのやつ。
I feel like I need to change this so it sounds just a little bit different. It's clear that this is a new beginning. So let's skip forward a few seconds.
話してないみたいですね。
どうしても起きねえんだブーの
Okay,
やつ。
you can't tell because he's flying.
いやー、めっちまったよ。
This is sounding pretty good. That clap's just a little loud. I should put in the credits that that clap was me. That last step is a little off. Yeah, there we go. There we go, that's much better.
俺が一番怒ってるのは
Okay, we ran out of nighttime sound ambiance. We could just repeat it, since you can't even tell right here. Not like it makes a difference. It's not like they get different crickets or cicadas, or whatever it is, chirping. And in fact, even if you do hear an issue there, you're meant to hear a difference because it's a different scene, so it works out.
俺が一番怒ってるのは
Neat. Sound effects are going pretty well. So now we're going to need nighttime too. The other one was like -20, right? Let's go -15. Or not. I didn't realize, okay. Oh, we could switch back to nighttime 1 sound effect here. Really quickly. Because why not? Or we could just not have any sound except for Goku talking. Oops. You stop before then? Good. Oh, it's not as clear because of the other sounds going on. Yeah, it sounds like it keeps going. There we go. Okay, time to go download some new sound effects. We're gonna have the music playing at this point. Oh. Just a second. We're gonna need one of the footsteps. And we need the sound of the clothing, which I need to isolate. Let me isolate that really quickly. What episode does Tian get punched? 86 or 89? Let's go Dragon Ball Super. Let's start with 89, because I feel like it's in 89.
だぞ。
Okay, I guess it's actually 86. No, this isn't it. Oh, that background is different, I guess. What's this? 90. It's at about 540. So let's take... Let's go 540. We're going to render this out into the resource pack as clothes 1, because I'm sure there will be many. And then where's that? Let's go see Krillin. Let's get ocean sound effect. Neat. Is this thing messed up again? No, okay. Would have been irritated. Oh wait, do I already have ocean sound effect? I do, but it's a lot calmer, so I'm gonna call this Ocean 1 Calm. This will be Ocean 2, and I just won't call it Calm, and that's how I'll know it's the other one. Projects, resource, DBZ, environment. Probably going to need it to be at -10. go to fighting. Let's see if any of these sword. Let's take this. Okay, do we have rain sound effect? Let's go get rain sound effect. What's this? Why do I have it downloaded? Oh yeah, I remember that. You can be deleted. I need to change the name from just Rain to Rain 1 Outdoors. Let's make this a little bit louder. Maybe not that much though. Okay, now we need thunder. Is this the loud one? We're gonna need the wind. We could use a campfire also, but I don't think anyone's gonna be noticing it. let's get nighttime. I don't think we're gonna need more. Well, we can use the thunder to show that he's in the same area as Goku. This is the one that's super loud and needs to be reduced. There we go. Still needs to be a little bit quieter, but it's way better than originally, where it was so loud it was deafening. Okay, and this is where we bring in the call motion. And now we need to go and get nighttime again. I'm not going to go looking for it, we're just going to add nighttime to here. There, okay. I think we might be done with sound effects. Let's turn on the music and see how it sounds, and then some other day we'll do voices.
Ah, クリリンさん。
待たせたな、ご飯。お前と一緒に来るって聞いてたんだけど。
力の大会は一瞬の隙間を見せられないので。
宇宙消滅の危機のこと、まだ皆さんにお話ししてないみたいですね。
どうしても起きねえんだブーのやつ。いやー、めっちまったよ。
俺が一番怒ってるのは
It kind of bothers me a little. It's going this way. It's going that way. Those are his eyes. That's the background. Okay, I'm back. Oop. That's a big no-no. Supposed to be going this way.
めっちまったよ。
敵は撃ってやるぞ。
feel like this rain... Oh, I thought it got quieter at the wrong time. Definitely not an excuse to start over again. Yeah, these need to be quieter. And this needs to be louder. Not that much louder though. And I think we can actually reduce the volume here. Or even just completely remove it. It makes a sound as it cuts out its final revenge. Can probably use swing here. Trying to think of how to get this, him catching the sound of him catching to match up with the music. I don't think it's possible. Not if I want the scene cut to match. Can't even tell there's an ocean sound there. Okay, let's listen from the start of the music again, and then we'll be done for today. No, it's probably best to leave it up there. I wasn't paying attention. Too busy thinking about the watermark. Let's see if we can't extend this a little. I don't think we can because of the music. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have to add this to the credits. Episode 90. Let's remove the effect. I know we didn't use this part in the meme, but for the sake of keeping my theme, The music beats. Do that backwards. Whoops. I guess I can put these in the center. That doesn't look right. I just feel like it should be centered. It looks odd. Like here it's fine because they're off center already, but here it's weird. Okay, one more.
敵は撃ってやるぞ。
Oh, completely forgot. I need to put the sound of Goku flying up here. Do I have ascending? I don't. Okay, that's gonna have to fade in. I see now why I instinctively put it to -10. Although that's a little harsh. And you should also fade out. One more, why not? I always like the music. The music is always my favorite part. Nope. This is why we double, triple, quadruple check. First off, what font is this? What font is this? Why do you two look so different? You guys look really different. I don't know what's going on. Am I being pranked? I'm not laughing. Okay. That is all for now. Oh, we should probably do bonus. Nah, we're not gonna do bonus. But we will fade this out. Yeah, because I don't like how I've been just abruptly stopping the music at the end. So, we're done for now. I'm gonna go eat. Thanks for joining, bye.